So, what does it really take to build a volleyball champion today? Let me tell you, it's not just about endless drills and punishing practices anymore. There's a whole new blueprint out there, an unseen advantage that's all about building the complete athlete from the inside out. We're going to dive into this modern approach that's creating the next generation of dominance on the court. All right, so here's what we're breaking down today. We're going to walk through the 6 key pillars of this new model. We'll kick things off with the big shift in coaching philosophy, then get into forging that resilient mind and building the high-performance body. After that, we'll meet the behind-the-scenes support team, see what this all means for the future of volleyball in Canada, and wrap up with your call to the court. Okay, let's start with the blueprint itself. And look, this isn't some minor tweak to how we train. It is a fundamental ground-up shift in philosophy. We're talking about moving away from a culture that's all about pressure and moving toward one that's centered on sustainable long-term growth. You know, the old school way was all about the outcome. Win the point, win the game, period. It was super heavy on reps and drills, which, yeah, can work, but it often leads to insane pressure and a huge risk of burnout. The new blueprint, on the other hand, it zooms out. It looks at the whole athlete. It gets that mental wellness and physical readiness are totally connected, and that both of them need a supportive ecosystem to really thrive. This isn't just about winning Saturday's game. It's about building a long, healthy, and successful career. So the very first pillar of this blueprint, it doesn't even start on the court. It starts in the mind. Forging a resilient mindset is the absolute, non-negotiable foundation that every single other skill gets built on. So what do we even mean by resilience in sports? Think about it this way. It's that ability to stay cool during a nail-biting, tie-breaking set. It's being able to shake off a missed serve and see it as feedback, not failure. And it's having the drive to keep pursuing your goals even on the days you just don't feel like it. See, it's not about being unbreakable. It's about the skill of bouncing back from tough times stronger and smarter than before. And here is the absolute key. Resilience isn't something you're just born with. It's a skill you can build. Step 1, start embracing challenges as opportunities, not threats. Step 2, reframe your setbacks. They're not failures. They're feedback. Use them to learn. Step 3, actively, consciously maintain a positive mindset with self-talk and visualization. And 4th, have concrete coping strategies in your back pocket, like deep breathing, to manage that stress when the pressure's really on. So, the bottom line is this. Mistakes are going to happen. It's inevitable. A resilient athlete doesn't try to avoid them. They repurpose them. They turn those errors into lessons and losses into fuel. And that creates a super powerful pathway to future success. All right, so with that mental foundation in place, let's move to our next pillar. Building the physical, high-performance athlete. And this goes way beyond just practicing serves and spikes. It's all about creating a completely balanced system designed for peak performance. What's so cool about this is how it visualizes a modern training plan. Yeah, of course, skill development is the biggest piece of the pie, but look at what else is in there. Almost a quarter of the focus is on strength and conditioning, building that raw power and agility you need. Another 20%, this is huge, is dedicated to injury prevention and recovery. That's what keeps an athlete's career long and healthy. And finally, a critical 15% for strategy and game IQ. Because let's be honest, the smartest player often beats the strongest. And technology is how we make all that happen. Training isn't just guesswork anymore. Video analysis gives us super specific feedback, while performance tracking gives us hard data on everything from serving efficiency to kill percentages. This all leads to personalized plans and data-driven decisions, like spotting a tiny weakness in an opponent's defense that could completely turn a game around. You know, a champion is never, ever built in isolation. Behind every great athlete is a whole team of experts, that unseen support system that creates the high-performance ecosystem we were just talking about. First up, the sports psychologist. This is the mind coach. They're the ones forging that foundational pillar of mental toughness we started with. They give athletes the tools to handle immense pressure, build rock-solid confidence, and protect their emotional well-being, which is so critical for high-stakes performance. Next, you've got the strength and conditioning coach. Think of them as the architect of the athlete's body. They're the ones designing those personalized training programs that build sport-specific power and agility, all while keeping a laser focus on one thing: minimizing the risk of injury. And here's a role you might not expect: the statistician. This person is a game changer. They transform raw numbers into powerful insights. For example, their analysis might reveal that an opponent's setter really struggles when a pass comes from one specific zone. That tiny piece of data can guide a game strategy that leads to a major breakthrough. It's incredible. So, what happens when we apply this entire blueprint, not just to one athlete or one team, but on a national scale? Well, it has the potential to totally transform Canada's volleyball future and build a true, lasting international dynasty. Now, volleyball has a really strong history in North America. After the sport was standardized back in 1928, it just exploded in popularity up in Canada. But a huge turning point came in 1996 when beach volleyball became an Olympic sport. That inspired a whole new wave of athletes. And today, Canadian players are making their mark all over the world stage, really setting the scene for what's coming next. So what's it going to take to build that dynasty? The ingredients are all laid out right here in the blueprint. We have a growing pool of super talented young athletes. By shifting to a holistic development, by investing in that unseen support staff, and by creating a national culture that values well-being just as much as winning, Canada can create sustained international success for years and years to come.
And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important part of all this. The future isn't just some vague idea, it's built by people. So this is your call to the court. Let's start with the athletes listening right now. If you're a player with big dreams, how can you take ownership of your own development using these principles starting today? Okay, here's your action plan. It's simple, and you can start now. First, actively seek out feedback. Don't just wait for your coach to tell you what to work on. Ask them. Ask your teammates. Second, set SMART goals for every single part of your game, your skills, your fitness, and your mental game. And third, become a true student of the game. Watch the pros, analyze what they do, and never stop learning. All right, now for the coaches, the parents, the team managers out there. How can you step up and start building a culture that produces not just wins, but well-rounded, resilient champions? Your plan starts with one thing: fostering a growth mindset. Celebrate effort and progress, not just the final score. Next, create a truly supportive environment, a culture where athletes feel safe enough to fail and are empowered to grow from it. And finally, prioritize open, honest communication. Build a real partnership with your athletes and their parents, one based on trust and a shared vision. The future of volleyball isn't some far-off destination. It's being built right now, in every gym, with every single practice, every conversation, and every mindset shift. So the real question is, how will you leave your mark?